Hello guys, you alright? Right. Okay, let me see whether this stuff is working. Yes, this is the Cold Waters soundtrack. Yes, I'm stealing it because I can't find a decent copy of the Victory at Sea music anywhere. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, hello, and welcome to Fafry there for the momentous occasion of his 12 months, yes. Couldn't get the words together then. Right, how are we doing, chat? We doing good? We doing well? Hopefully so. Oh, Jesus. Hopefully so. Let me go over there. Move that up on the top deck there. Lovely stuff. Wonderful. Okay. Superb. Okay, I think I'm ready. Pacific, then Divinity. Double Q day. Yep, that's the one. We're getting started early. I wanted to do some more Victory at Sea Pacific. We're doing a fresh start from the one that we did before, and then we're going to run with it for win or for lose. So if I click this here, we're going to rock and roll. Just close that all up there. Professional streamer. That's right. My sympathies for losing your ability to meme in Europe. At long live Quebec, Brexit sounds better already. Yes, we were ahead of the curve. Let's see whether or not this game has crashed. It is trying to load. With any luck, it's going to pop up here. I forgot it was Divinity Day. No, I'm happy. There we go. So, a new campaign on medium difficulty as Japan. We are going to skip the tutorial, and we are going to slow the game to pause time. Hold strategic ports to force a Japanese surrender. New objective, raid the Makin Atoll. Okay. So, let's get a feel for the situation in the Pacific at the moment. So, Pearl Harbor has just been attacked. We have had reports of a Japanese assault on Pearl Harbor. The attack commenced at 7:48 AM Hawaiian time. It is believed the port was attacked by over 300 Japanese aircraft in two waves consisting of fighters, dive bombers, and torpedo bombers. 8 battleships have been damaged, 4 of which have been sunk. 3 cruisers and 3 destroyers were also damaged. In total, 188 US aircraft were destroyed. 2,403 American lives were lost, and 1,178 lives were wounded. Important installations such as power stations, dry dock, the shipyard, and fuel and torpedo storage facilities were not engaged. Enemy losses include 29 aircraft and 5 midget submarines. Okay, so that's the situation. The Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor, and it's left it in a very sorry state. Out of all the ships here in the log, we have lost the USS Arizona, the USS Oklahoma, the West Virginia, the Cassin, the Downs, the Oglala, the Curtis, the Vestal, the Sotoyomo, and the Utah. Other ships remain in a damaged state. So, that's said and done. We're going to go over to the fleet screen, and we can see here that we've got the Tennessee Battleship 43, the Maryland, and the Pennsylvania, all of which are in a damaged state for the moment. Prioritize repairing damaged systems. We're going to get this fleet broken up. Let us move over to the map screen, and let me break this fleet up. So, these ships need to go back for repairs, so let us do that. So, we're going to break up the Pennsylvania, the Maryland, and the Tennessee. We're going to drag them into their own task force. Thank you very much to, if I have to click off here because I don't have the right windows loaded. Hopefully that all loads up properly. Thank you very much to Alt Climo there. It's 3 AM, but it says to share how much money I've wasted. Sorry, it says to share how much money I've wasted, so here it is, Cube Love. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got our ships here, broken off into Baker Squadron, broken off, no, not into Charlie Squadron. I want to take the whole squadron and drag it into the ocean. We now have a separate task force, Task Force 13. Pick them up. We are going to send them back to Pearl Harbor for repairs. Repair and resupply at Pearl Harbor. Enemy vessels spotted in the North Pacific, aye? Okay, we'll look at those in a moment. We're going to go over to the fleet screen. We're going to prioritize everybody for repairing damaged systems. So engineering, engines, fire control, crew flight, all of these areas are now prioritized. So you get to basically micromanage who's doing what in the different fleets at the moment. The Pennsylvania's got quite a decent spread, but as all of these ships go back to harbour to be repaired, they should all be in a decent state, but they are going to be out of action for a long time, that's for sure. Hello to the people in chat here, welcome. Okay. So that's Task Force 13. That's left us with Task Force 1. There we go. So this is the Tennessee in Task Force 1 here, or Task Force 13. Over in Task Force 1, we've got our destroyers. The Litchfield, the Hovey, and the Chandler. All of which are now broken off from the battleship fleet as the battleships begin to move towards Pearl Harbor for repairs. Very big ships these, but they've been absolutely devastated in Japanese aerial attacks. We need to have them repaired. All said and done at the moment, I'm going to break up Task Force 1 even further. So Task Force 1 here, I'm going to break them up even further. I'm going to break them up into probably Alpha Bravo Charlie. I'm going to get the Task Force as a whole to move here, to move here. Oh no, I can't move them individually because they're all part of the same Task Force. Task Force Alpha Bravo and Charlie. We're going to move this way. There were midget submarines spotted outside of Pearl Harbor once upon a time. We need to make sure we intercept them. For the most part, the Makin Atoll down here has been unscouted as of the moment. Enemy fleet spotted near Singapore. No mark on that. Not just yet. Probably spotted by the What's It fleet. Shows how bad his geography is by not knowing where the fuck Singapore is. Here we go. 2 Japanese destroyers approaching Midway. Do I have anybody in range to intercept? Task Force 12 is made up of a cruiser, a destroyer and a heavy carrier. Let's break those up. Let's go for a heavy cruiser and a carrier. Let's break these up. Break them up into 2 separate task force. So we've got the Chicago heavy cruiser and the destroyer. No, let's break these 2 up. So the cruiser and the destroyer lead, we're going to split them off into their own squadron. So Task Force 14, move at full speed over there. Task Force 12, the original task force, I want you to move down here to cut them off. So both fleets are now moving their separate ways. So the 2 heavier ships here, the Chicago, let's take a look at it. Let's see here. So the USS Portland, so it's the Lexington aircraft carrier and the Chicago are now part of Task Force 12. The USS Porter, the destroyer lead, is falling back to meet up with the USS Portland, and they are breaking off into a separate task force to move together in an attempt to try and catch the fleet that's moving in. Once they've made their necessary movements, they're going to break off and move to the correct place. Down here, we've got a merchant fleet, just waiting for our ships to complete their maneuvers. There we go. These destroyers and heavy cruisers are pulling back to get into formation with their appropriate ships as the 2 task forces part ways. Let's pay attention to other stuff. Johnston Atoll. The Johnston Atoll is currently out in the woods at the moment. We've got a very large task force in the form of Task Force 8, comprised of many ships. We are going to split these up into many smaller fleets. We are going to take the destroyer lead, the Balch and the Maury. We are going to break them off into their own fleet. Make a squadron. Mark, Task Force 15. I want you to move towards the Johnston Atoll, please. Back towards Task Force 8. I am then going to break off one other destroyer, the Macau, on his own, to go and do some reconnaissance down here. So you're going to break off, and you're going to become your own task force. Task Force 16. I want you to move down here, please, at full speed. Task Force 8, I want them to move north of the Johnston Atoll and cover some of the merchant shipping coming away from the Marshall Islands here. And then we'll go from there. Let's check on with these guys. Does splitting them up like that affect how combat effective they are? Yes. A larger fleet does have more guns to bear on its enemy, but unfortunately, having all of my ships in one place isn't particularly agreeable at the moment. Having them all bunched up means that in order to send a response fleet anywhere, I have to bring my carrier, the Enterprise, with me. And while that be good for certain invasions and certain attacks and raids, the Enterprise is quite slow. The destroyers are much faster and enable them to go as a rapid response force, and unfortunately when in fleet formation, you're only as fast as your slowest ship. So by breaking the destroyers off into their own smaller task force, I'm able to keep the heavier guns defending the Enterprise, and the lighter guns, fucking hell. All to port. Jesus Christ. Lovely bit of driving there from the AI. Fuck's sake. Making a goddamn fool of yourself. Right, move down here. Going well. Come on, Captain, all ahead. Try not to hurt yourself this time. There you go, son. Get your butt down here. Good lad. Okay. Are we going to be able to make it here in time? That is my real wonder. The destroyer lead and the cruiser. How are we doing on speed for you guys? Are you guys still manoeuvring? Looks like these guys are still manoeuvring. Need you to get there quickly, lads. Come on. Break formation and let's go. We've spotted those guys. I've got torpedo boats down there. I have 10 15-inch guns. The 15-inch guns really pack a punch. But it's not, they're not invulnerable. And they will take damage if those destroyers get too close. The destroyers have a very short range, which is good for me. Okay, in terms of equipment, let's see. Where have I got shipyards? I've got a shipyard at Midway. What can I build here? Let's start building up a fleet for these guys. We've got battleships at dock at the moment, at harbour, so we should build them a supporting fleet. I don't have any of the larger ships unlocked yet. I've only got the smaller stuff, so I'm going to need to build the smaller stuff. Northampton heavy cruisers. Let's get 2 cruisers to support the battleships. No, let's get heavy cruisers. No, probably no need for that. What have we got? An Atlanta class cruiser. Tugboats. Could get a submarine fleet up. Build some Gato class submarines. Let's build a couple of Gato submarines. Let's build 2 of them. We can use those to harass enemy destroyers. It's going to take 13 days to build them. Not sure what time it is in game at the moment. These 2 fleets need to move away ASAP. Move. Okay, in terms of the enemy vessels, let's see what I've got here. We've got a reasonably large task force station down here. Wait there, let's have a look. What is this game about? It is about the Japanese invasion, or the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor and the subsequent battle for the Pacific Ocean. Do I watch Formula 1, Ginger Panther? No, I do not follow it, I'm afraid. Would you mind sending some supplies to Viladov? No? Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I need to get a task force up here to defend Komandorsky. Yeah, I've got to send. All of these are very, very, very lightly defended. 6-inch gun emplacements rather than the 15-inch guns. 8 small AA emplacements, basic ports. Yeah, these guys are going to be under a lot of trouble. Let's start building a task force up here that we can send up there of a couple of destroyers. What are the cheap destroyers? Gridley class destroyers. Build 2 of them, 13 days. That's all you've got. War bonds are spent. Destroyers are still closing on Midway. How are we doing, lads? These ships are underway, pulling 37 knots. Going with the Porter and the destroyer lead. These guys are starting to make headway now. What about the aircraft carrier? We're still making manoeuvres. Aircraft carrier is going to start moving very shortly as soon as he's got the space. The cruiser, the USS Portland, and the destroyer lead, the USS Porter, are now making their way off to try and intercept the enemy fleet. Very nice. Okay, it's going to take them some time though. They're a long, long way away. A long, long way away. Okay, Task Force 1 comprises of 3 destroyers. We're going to break that up. Let's get the destroyers going off one by one. Broken off, please. Break off. Nope. I need at least 2 to break off. Yes, I do. Task Force 17. Let's have you move slightly further south. And let's have Task Force 1 move slightly further north. We'll keep them reasonably close together, but we'll separate them. You can't pronounce English sometimes. I can too. English. I can pronounce English. He says confidently. OV's here holding back in formation. There's been a formation change. Squadron 17 slowing down while the Chandler is going to power on alone, unsupported, in an attempt to try and find the midget submarines that have attacked Pearl Harbor. Task Force 14 is on the move towards Midway. Interesting. So, some preparations have to be made in order for shit to get done. We're going to build another destroyer. In fact, no, and we're going to save some of our money, actually. What ships have we got at dock here? Let's have a look. The Colorado. Interesting, we've got some battleships at the back of the fleet. All docked down by San Francisco, or part of the San Francisco fleet. We've got the Colorado, the Pensacola cruiser. We've got the Richmond, the light cruiser, and the Clark, the destroyer lead. A very decent task force this. We're going to get these guys deployed from Mare Island. Let's power them towards Wake Island, or the Johnson Atoll. Let's power them down this way, like so. I want to defend my foreground in terms of Midway and everything else. Oh, actually, we got another fleet. Task Force 6, light cruiser. Let's get Task Force 6 down to the Johnston Atoll. Let's send Task Force 2 off towards Midway. Southwest of Midway. Let's get these guys on the move. Lots of big ships. The Colorado. Very big deck guns. If I click on its primary guns here, 16-inch guns, you can see the range of these bad boys. These guys are serious. I'm not going to fire them off for you because ammunition is precious until I get the logistics ready. But you can see they are some seriously hefty guns. And the secondaries. We've got secondary guns as well. The port light guns. Again, anybody gets too close, we're going to fuck them up. Battleships are serious business. We've got some seriously large guns on this boat. They're moving into patrol formation now, or at least they're getting ready to move to formation. We've got spotter aircraft in this fleet as well, so we'll all be in good shape. We're deploying the bulk of the Navy. What have we got here? An anti-submarine warfare bomber. Interesting. Why they're sending an ASW bomber. They really don't need to. A couple of Catalinas, it looks like, have been deployed. Let's take a look at them. So these are Catalina ASW bombers. Interesting that they've deployed anti-submarine warfare bombers. Interesting that they've got them on patrol. They might just be patrolling, looking for submarines around the island. I don't think they're going to engage those destroyers. Let's take a look at the other one. I don't think that guy's going to crash, or at least I hope he isn't going to crash. Yeah, looks like they're just doing a patrol of sorts. Just scanning around here. This is the patrol base for the island of Midway. Reasonably well defended, lots of good airfields. It's kind of the American mirror of Wake Island. Very capable air bases on each. And we've got some dive bombers and some torpedo bombers. Dive bombers are much less vulnerable than torpedo bombers, but ideally I wouldn't risk them too much. If I could, I'd get my fleet up here as fast as I can, but I just don't think the destroyers are going to be able to make the distance. Task Force 3 here is made up of 3 destroyers and a cruiser.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to move that down there. Task Force 3, let's have a look. Thank you very much to Willif Hunter. Thank you, thank you. So let's see what we've got in here. We've got the Indianapolis with its 3 times 3. What are these? 3 times 3, or 3 times 8-inch guns. So it's got 8-inch guns. It's got 4 spotter aircraft that it can dispatch, as well as some secondary batteries on the left and right and the port and starboard side. So it's a cruiser. Reasonably good one as well. 3 ships in support. All of them destroyers. Very, very nice. At the moment, these guys are as close to this side of the Johnston Atoll as possible. The support fleets for the Johnston Atoll aren't there yet. So we'll move these guys southwest to the Johnson Atoll, just to support it should it come under attack. Hopefully not. Those ASW bombers are actually going to go for those carriers. Interesting. I'm not sure how they'll play it, but we'll see. The other one crashed? I don't think the other one crashed. I think the other one's okay. I don't know whether it bounced into the water or not. They can land on the water. Both of them seem to be alright. These are our torpedo boats. I wonder if these guys are moving to attack the incoming destroyer fleet. Hard to say. Catalinas are moving out that way. I'm not sure what the Catalinas would want over there, but again, the Midway Defence Force is entirely up to itself there. So we've got our separated fleets all moving in different directions there. Destroyers and destroyer leads. All the different sections. Task Force 6 has set off and is now underway. We have got 16 or 17 task forces in play. How are the guys doing down here? Task Force 13. Ships are being repaired. It's going to take a while. The Pennsylvania will be ready first. We'll probably have that move north, to be honest, because we don't have any battleships up here. They're all light cruisers. I'll send my submarines up here, probably, just to cover that, while the rest of the dirty work is done by the main bulk of the fleet down here. The Tennessee is going to be out for a long time. What were the names of the torpedo boats at Midway? Let's have a look. Who have we got on defence today? We have got the Leaping Lena. Let's have a look at them. They've all got names. They're all unique ones. So we've got Leaping Lena. We've got Hellraiser, the Ugly Duckling, Hell's Cargo, and Abracadabra. These are all very, very nice names for torpedo boats. I think they've only got one torpedo aboard. Let's see, yep. They've only got one torpedo to fire from each two, forwards and backwards. Very easy for them to miss. Okay, back to the map. Let's see here. So what else have we got going on then? No sign of any submarines anywhere. Not yet. Doesn't mean that they're not there. Just means we haven't spotted them. I'm confident enough that I'm going to speed up the game time briefly. We're going to go to times 100 speed. See if we make any contact. The task force is broken off, ready to defend the Johnston Island if it needs it. The Johnston... Oh! Hello. Looks like some dive bombers were dispatched from Midway. Let's take a look at the damage. How are we doing? Dive bombers are down. Looks like they've bombed the fleet here. Oh yes, to great effect. Holy shit! Oh yes, this is a bug. There is a burning orange fire. That is the sun. It is under the sea. Yes, look at this. Very badly damaged. Those dive bombers are absolutely fucked up these two ships. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Holy shit, so the Defence Force has really defended Midway. These two destroyers didn't stand a chance. The Ushio as well. Much smaller destroyer. Wow, wow, do we have any other planes coming in? We've got more bombers approaching. Are these Catalinas? Catalina bomber coming in. Let's take a look at his approach vector. He's coming in for a bombing run, looks like on the Shazanami. Let's see how he does. Current altitude is 963 metres. Bomber reticule down there. Let's see how he does. Welcome to Dutch Chuck as well. Welcome, welcome. Okay. It's banking slightly, adjusting. Again, the Catalina can land on water if it wants to. Got one of those like undersea bellies. I can't forget the name that lets it land. Okay. We're on approach. We are on approach. Wonderful. Are we lining up on target? The Shazanami does look like the prey of choice. It will drop the bombs. And then he's banging trouble. The bombs will fall quite quickly. But did the bombs get away? The bombs on the way down? Looks like we've had a miss. Or a misdrop or something? A jam? Hard to say. What happened, son? The bombs were dropped. Looks like there was no impact. Looked like they fell short. So they dogged the bombing run. Damn. Okay. Not totally out of options, but it was very anticlimactic. Okay. Let's have a look here. What else are we dispatching? The torpedo boats are on the way out. What's behind them? Let's speed up times.
Oh, yeah.
100 there. The planes are receding. Enemy fleet destroyed in the North Pacific. Looks like they succumbed to flooding. Very, very interesting. Enemy fleet destroyed near Singapore. Wonderful. Looks like my British cousins are doing the job there. Task Force 1, move that way. Task Force 2, move this way. I'll move down here. Ordered to Hawaii. Still no sign of any other enemy contact for the moment. Moving at times 25 speed. Okay. How is the repair of the battleships going? The Pennsylvania is still badly damaged. It takes a long time to repair these, folks. A very long time. They're going to be at harbour for a while. Are the Dutch present too? No, but they are adding them, I understand. No sign of anything else. We've got friendly spotter aircraft from the Johnson Atoll trying to make leaps and bounds. No visual on anything yet. If I slow this down here, back to normal speed. Anybody building ships for me? The shipyard at San Diego. Can you build me a Liberty-class cargo ship? It's going to take a while, but we need it. We need to help inject the logistics into our fleets, especially up and around here, considering we don't have any dispatch points. Hawaii is going to be our main base of operations, but again, beggars can't be choosers. 100 times speed. No sight of anything. Nothing on patrol. Can't see any submarines. Task Force 17. Move south for me. Task Force 14's moving that way. Okay. Things are moving around. No sign of the Japanese yet. Doesn't mean that they're not here, it just means that we can't see them. Let's check this way. Task Force 3, break off that way. Task Force 8.
Yeah.
I want you to move over here. Thank you very much there to Jim Bob for 7 months, man. Cheers, bro. Just come back this way for me, please. Task Force 1, move down this way. No sign of them anywhere. Come up here for me, Task Force 8. Task Force 15, continue on course. Literally no sign of anything. No enemy fleet movements for the moment. Okay, we're going to have Task Force 8 move this way. We're going to get Task Force 15 to move to the north side of the Johnson Atoll. And we're going to have Task Force 16 moved over there. Okay. Right. Oh, hello. Fleet spotted. Ding ding! Submarines, you bastards. Okay, let's slow down the game time here to real time. You on the map. 4 submarines have been spotted. They're going for Convoy Charlie. What have we got? Can we intercept them? I've got no anti-submarine fighters or bombers. Task Force 16 with its single destroyer is my best shot. Let's get Task Force 15 to intercept as fast as they can. There we go. I knew they were coming for him. These guys I can't control. This is an enormous fleet. I can't afford to lose this to submarines. Look at the size of this. Cargo ships, cargo ships. Look at the size of this fleet. This is going to be devastating if these guys get attacked by submarines. These guys are actually going for the Johnson Atoll. I'm hoping the Macau can get there quick enough in order to engage them, but I'm not entirely sure they'll be able to. I hope they can. It'll be hard to say. Very, very interesting thus far. Task Force 2, I want you to pull back to here for me. Or Task Force 17. Task Force 1, continue to... In fact, I want you to patrol around Pearl Harbor for me. Go to patrol. Like so. Just patrol around Pearl Harbor. Okay. These guys are moving in. Sending in my destroyers as fast as I can. They're both moving at top speed. 39 knots to close on the targets. Let's move to times 25 speed. The destroyers are moving much faster. Our first engagement. Please do not go after these guys. Oh, hello. There's a couple of destroyers in this large fleet. Let's take a look at them. The very large fleet has got some destroyer escorts. The Morris DD class. Looks like it's moving into attack. And this guy. Do I have any control over them? McNash. No, these are AI controlled. These are not part of my fleet. Okay, these guys are moving in. Right, I need you to get up here quickly. Come on, I need you up there. Go. Task Force 16? Why are you going that way? I'm confused. Task Force 16 is not engaging the enemy. Why is he having to make a turn? I don't get it. They're both on high alert. Come on, Task Force 16 is back on target. Looks like they're trying to run. Will I get my ships there in time, I wonder? Hopefully there's not an incident here. They're very slow. Looks like they're moving submerged. Looks like they missed their opportunity to harass my large convoy fleet. He's got 3 destroyers, 2 destroyers and a destroyer lead bearing down on him. One of the spotters from Pearl Harbor is going in this way. Task Force 8 has no place destroying submarines. The destroyers are closing. Looks like Task Force 15 is going to be leading. Let's jump on with Task Force 15. We should be able to see Convoy Charlie as they push past. Yep, Convoy Charlie. Just over yonder there. We're going to speed up to times 25 speed. Not sure why there's this manoeuvring going on. We're just moving into an attack formation in order to push him. Let's see here. Move the game at 100 times speed. Going to be an engagement very shortly. Slow it down to times 25. Looks like Task Force 15 is going to be the fleet that engages the submarines just off the east coast of the atoll. Let's have a look. So yes, we are right next to... Yes, these guys are in pursuit of our fleet. They're bastards. Let's get us into line formation. And then we'll go. Ready to speed up. Just getting into line formation. And then they'll push their attack. Come on. Yourselves lined up. What's the Balch doing? -9 knots. Looks like it's making a manoeuvre of some sort. We can see the Macau over there as well. We've got no spotter aircraft out this way, so we can't see them if they surface. Come on lads, you got it. Seem to be moving into some kind of attack pattern. Quite frustrating. What are you up to? There we go, they're getting the power back on now. Those are the targets. Move to attack the targets. Moving into attack. Oh, hello. The AI destroyers are moving in for an assault. So the McLeish and the Morris, the screening ships for the large convoy, are pulling out this way. We've got a torpedo. I have no control over these ships. Torpedo looks like it's going wide. Macau, I need you to start moving this way to attack. Go, my lad, quickly. He's evaded the torpedo. He spotted it. An I-171 submersible. Looks like they're trying to go deep to get away from his sonar. We should be able to knock these guys out, though. These two destroyers are very far ahead of the fleet. The destroyers should eat them up, though. This is a Clemson class. Interesting. Clemson class destroyer. Moving at 20 knots. As it starts its maneuver here, it's going to drop depth charges off the 2 racks at the... Can you hear that? Dive alarm. There we go. Depth charges away. We've got a hit. We have hit the enemy ship badly. It's crippled. Morris class destroyer closing in on the target. We've got another torpedo away. Coming in on the port side. We've got another vessel back there. No eyes on the submarine we just hit. He's either going to the bottom or he's going to come to the top. The McLeish is taking evasive manoeuvres. Morris is going in for the attack. Whoa! We've got a surface. Holy shit. The submarine surfaced. And it surfaced quickly. Used its deck gun to get a shot on the Morris. Morris took a hit. Gun batteries weren't destroyed. They've dumped some torpedoes on him. You know, just shitting his cereal. The two are coming together now. They're forcing each other back over towards this torpedo. This is not good, lads. Not good at all. You're going to want to get out of the way of this. The McLeish, I can't control these guys. The McLeish might have shot himself in the foot here. The McLeish looks like he's going to get himself hit by this torpedo. His teammate threw him to the wolves. Holy shit, son. Get around it. Oh, good lad. Holy crap. Get out of the way. Holy Jesus Christ. Playing it a bit close there, lads. Wonderful. Jesus Christ. They like to live dangerously. They do like to live dangerously. I've got my ships coming at full pelt here. The Balch and the Maury here. Both moving at top speed. In fact, these aren't. This is the top speed. It's like 20 knots. Oh, alert. Enemy vessel spotted near Hawaii. This looks like it's being reasonably well handled. I'll check on the enemy fleet near Hawaii shortly. Let's check on the other ones. Looks like their attack orders were reset. The Macau. Let's have a look. Get you over there ASAP. Full speed. Let's do it. Got a torpedo. Is he going to be able to evade it? No. Oh, is he? Is he? Is he? This doesn't look good. Oh! Oh! Jesus Christ. What a knife fight. What an absolute knife fight. Holy shit. This guy isn't going to avoid it unless he stays. He's got to stay turning this way. Jesus Christ. Is there any music? I feel like there's no music. Let's get the music up. I can't hear the music if there is any. Sound effects, let's bring that up to 30. I'm still playing with like the master volumes. Very, very sensitive. My hands aren't though. Can't even fucking click things right. Let's try that. Save changes, yes. Oh no, he's trying to turn around the torpedo. He's just going to kick his ass out. It's actually going slightly faster than the torpedo. There we go. We've got an attack run on this ICE-173 submersible. The McLeish has lined himself up. He's going in. Depth charges are going to be ready. He's on his approach. He's disappeared. He's gone deep. It doesn't mean that he's not there, though. Let's see how he does. There you go, you can hear the dive alarms. Did you hear that? Depth charges away. Crippled. Light guns, we've got debris. We have got debris. That is a full breakup of that sub. Very, very nice. Attack run on the next ship is beginning. The McLeish has gone for a hard port turn, and it is now rushing the submarine's last known position, ready to drop depth charges. Do we have a torpedo launch? We do. It's poorly aimed, however, and the McLeish has spotted it. It's turning around. We've had another torpedo launch from over here. This one looks like it could be on target. If the Morris continues at this speed, it will be an intercept. Got a submarine just here. It's on an intercept course, dropping more depth charges. Will he be able to get around this torpedo? This looks like it's going to connect. Oh! 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 Oh no! It hit him on the stern! Oh my god, it has wrecked him. It is blown into pieces. He got clipped by a torpedo on the aft of the torpedo tubes, going down by the head, apparently. Nothing I can do. I can't control these guys, I don't think. Pretty sure I can't control these guys. Yeah, that's my own ship. I cannot control these guys. This isn't my ship. This is the ship that I've got selected in the top left, the Macau. We're coming up full speed. The McLeish is on his own now. So the AI has lost one of its destroyer escorts. Destroyed by an I-72, 172 submersible. There's still at least 2 left. I've got my ships closing in as fast as I can. Pulling 37 knots. Let's get him. About the Macau. How close is that? Or the McCall even. I keep calling it the Macau, the McCall. Come on, son, get over there. How's the McLeish doing? He's going in for an attack run on the I-172. Here we go. Supporting fleets are on their way. You can hear the dive alarm. You can pick that up on sonar. Here it comes. That big orange sun. Oh, there we go. They've tried to come up. They're trying to go deep again. Depth charges away. Very heavy hit. That is a breakup. Lots and lots of damage to that one there. We've had huge sections of ship come up. They're going to start sinking shortly. This is why destroyers are dangerous to submarines. Extremely dangerous. So we know there's at least one more torpedo in the water, or one more submarine. Hard to say exactly where. I think he's over here somewhere. You can't be sure. Oh, no, he's here. Have we got evasive manoeuvres? He's turning in, yes. He's spotted the launch. That was way off target from that guy.
Oh,
but he's going in.
yeah.
He's found his last known position and he's getting his depth charges ready. Thank you very much there to Punch a Donkey for 4 months in a row. Welcome, welcome. And thank you, thank you. Here we go. He's on his attack run. All good, all good. He's trying to go deep, get away. It isn't going to save him. The McLeish here comes in. Depth charges at the ready. It's trying to dive. You can hear its alarm. We're right over it now. Get ready to drop the depth charges. Depth charges away. Critical damage. No debris on the surface. The ship is still up. We're likely going to get a surface here very shortly. It's going to have to emergency blow. So the McLeish here has got its deck guns ready. Where is he? He's going to need to come up. He can't stay down there, not with that damage. There he is. Just popped out of the water. Looks like we've got a major fire here. Decent high explosive round. They've shat a load of torpedoes at him. Very nice. He's going down. Super. Actually missed one. Very, very nice. Well, he's got to deal with that fire himself. Okay, with that destroyed, we have got eyes on... Oh my fucking god. 5 submersibles. That's why we kept Task Force 1 hanging around. They're going for our battleships at port. 2 destroyers. Move in. Task Force 1. 1 destroyer. Move in. We're going to keep Task Force 15 down and around here. Move north. And Task Force 16 move south. Or move down here. Okay, Task Force 1. What have we got? The Chandler should now be moving at full pelt to intercept. There he is. He's moving at full whack. Spotted by that Vault Kingfisher spotting aircraft. He's going to be all alone against 5 submarines, but I have faith if it's commanded properly, the destroyer should be able to pull it off. The submarines are not the quickest once they're submerged. They can only do 11 knots. He either has to fight us or outrun us, and he won't be able to outrun us with a Kingfisher spotter aircraft reporting his location. So as long as we are quick-witted and we spot the incoming torpedoes, the Chandler here, with a little bit of micromanagement from myself, should be able to fight its way through 5 submersibles. Goes without saying, that's quite a few. Convoy George there is pulling up this way. Very, very interesting. How are the other fleets doing? Task Force 6, light cruiser. Task Force 2, well away from Mare Island. How goes the construction? We have got 7 days left on the 2 Gridley class destroyers. What about San Diego? 1 Liberty class cargo ship, 8 days. What about Midway? How are our ships doing here, the battleships? Pennsylvania's nearly repaired. We can get it out in the field very soon. We'll probably get it to hook up with Task Force 8 before it goes down and starts harassing the Makin Atoll. Task Force 12 and Task Force 3 are currently in their positions. Task Force 3, I want you to push slightly deeper into the fog of war for me, please. Find out what's going on. Only 1 destroyer left in Convoy Charlie. We're all making a beeline for him. Let's speed up time. Let's go to 25. Task Force 1 is moving away for some reason.
Oh,
yeah, back on target. Thank you very much there to the Dynamite Project for your Twitch Prime sub. Thank you very much, mate. Time is speeding up once again. Task Force 1 is moving to intercept here. What do we have at the port? Do I have anything that I can send? Catalina ASW bombers. Have they been dispatched? It looks like it. Catalina ASW bombers have been sent to harass the submersibles. This should be a reasonably good watch. So dive bombers and ASW bombers. Let's check in with them, see how we get on. A squadron of Catalina ASWs. 1, 2, 3 of them. Closing in at about 200 meters towards the last known position of the enemy fleet. 5+ targets. They're banking. Making a staggered approach to the target. Thank you very much to someone with a pen. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. Catalina ASWs. Go for it. That Kingfisher will be RTB. They're climbing and then they're going to bank back in, I think. These different dive bombers. The enemy's going to dive below the surface and then there's nothing that the dive bombers can do. We need our ASW craft. We've got torpedo bombers and standard bombers coming in. We should be just overhead with the dive bombers now. Do the Dauntless dive bombers see the fleet? Hard to say. It's also extremely loud when you're right next to them. Okay. No eyes on the enemy fleet. Looks like it's gone under. We need the radar from the Catalinas in order to find them. Whoa, hello. They've got eyes on something. They're going in for a dive. 1 time speed. Here we go. I've got no visual on any targets. They're coming in on something. Maybe one of them spotted something. Bombs are away. Unknown if anything hit home there. I doubt it. Unless it was running shallow. No. Didn't pay off, whatever that was. They saw a duck, yeah, well, it fucking looks like it. Task Force 1 is still on an intercept course. Task Force 17 is still on an intercept course. ASW bombers are now on approach. Times 8 speed. Dive bombers are RTB. ASW bombers are now turning back. They're coming in behind one of the standard bombers. Interesting. The McLeish Convoy Charlie. Convoy Charlie is out of depth charges. Okay, Convoy Charlie has no more depth charges. It can't deal with submarines. Let's have a look. 1 bomber. It's coming from Pearl Harbor. Let's take a look at it. Catalina ASW bombers. That's not the guy that's ahead. We've got Devastator torpedo bombers coming in on them. BB-5 Catalinas. Lots of them. Pushing in on the last known position of the fleet. We've got bombs out. Bombs going down. Unknown if we've got any targets down here. Bombing last known positions is not an effective way to deal with submarines. Looks like we're going to have more bombs coming in. Unknown if the target is there exactly. Where's our ASW Catalinas? That'll be these ones. These guys will be able to find the submarines with their radar equipment. They're on approach at least. They'll get there soon. They won't destroy them all, the Catalinas. But they'll do a good job. That I'm sure of. There we go. We've got a contact, I-22. It's surfaced. Maybe the submarines were trying to bait. Maybe the submarines were trying to bait out the other aircraft. They're beginning to dive again, and the cat is soaked because it's raining. There we go. He's gone under. He's trying to hide. The Catalinas are on approach. There we go. The Catalinas are using their radar systems in order to find the enemy fleet. Let's get them to go off for individual ones. They're all going under. You go for him. You go for him. And the top one, if anybody else makes themselves known, go for him. There we go, break formation. I think we've got 2 going for the same target. You go for him. There we go. 3 targets, 3 Catalinas. First target is going to be this one, down here. Catalina 1 is approaching. Catalina 2. Catalina 2 is on approach. Bombs are coming in. Got it on radar. We'll see how much damage it does, if any. Hopefully it will hit. Here we go. And it's bombs away. Depth charge is out. Unknown if it's going to do anything. And we're in. It's a hit. It's a breakup. Other targets were closing in. Bombs away. It's another hit. It's another breakup. Where's our last guy? Unknown if the other one hit or not. Nope, there he goes. Bombs going in. He's shallow. Boom! 3 hits, 3 kills. That's 3 strikes and you're out. 3 enemy ships have been dealt with. That still leaves 2 in the fleet. Very, very nice. Superb. What have we got here? The Little Joe, the torpedo boats. Why are the torpedo boats going for him? The torpedo boats can't do anything. No, leave the torpedo boats out of it. Get these guys down here as fast as we can. These guys are still on approach. Task Force 1 looks like they're going to be the primary intercept. Very, very nice. Task Force 13 is at harbour. Thought so. Task Force 1. Okay, Task Force 1, enter combat. Let's see here, who are we dealing with? So we've got the Catalinas, and we've got the Chandler. Our one Task Force boat that's still here. Go for the I-22. Let's have him. Go on, Chandler. Moving in. Hold torpedo fire. We don't need that. I'm currently at ×8 speed as we push towards the targets. Moving at full whack. As we get closer, the submarine or the destroyer's sonar is going to flare up and we're going to find him. Oh, I see it. Hydrate bot coming in. Ah, thank you very much, chat. Fucking hydrate, cube hydrate indeed. Okay, here we go. Still getting buzzed by Dauntlesses. They're still damaged. It's 4 AM, better get some sleep. Have a good stream, Q. I'll catch you in the VOD. No worries, man. Look after yourself, Climber. I've seen mixed reviews on Steam about this game. Is it worth getting? I like it. I do really like it. It's a little bit buggy. A little bit buggy. As I say, the sun sets under the ocean. But apart from that, I love the concept. I love the concept a lot. I wonder if the submarines are trying to tuck tail and run. It certainly looks like they are. Task Force 17 is not close enough yet. Oh, hello. Fucking, they've got the hardcore Russian base on this one. Let's jump over to the Klimo again. The Chandler steaming his way in as fast as he can. This thing at the moment is going... This ship is pulling 36 knots. Very respectable speed for a destroyer. Not the fastest. Some of the Japanese ones can pull 42 knots. But it is not by any measure slow. And it's very manoeuvrable, which is the point of them. Ow! What is it? Hello, Satan. Ow! What? You're just looking for someone to get all the water out of your fur and decided my leg was the best thing for it. Fantastic! Hello, hello. What is it?
Oh,
have you come to help me destroy
yeah.
I-18 submarines off the coast of Hawaii? Is that why you're here? Is that silence? She's a Jap. We have a spy in our midst. Classic cat move. Satan emote when it's true. Yeah, we do need a Satan emote, don't we? There we go. Not sure how many are left in this enemy fleet here. PBY-5 Catalinas. Are these the ASW ones? ASW bombers. A fleet has been spotted near Kamchatka. Can't pronounce it. ASW bombers coming in. We've got them on radar, so an ASW Catalina is on approach. It's going to go for this one. Is he surfacing? He's got his conning tower out of the water. No, he's dived. Here's hoping, here's hoping. Is he breaking off? Are you breaking off? What are you doing, me lad? The bomb, was the bomb dropped? Hard to say. Doesn't look like the bomb was dropped. Looks like they broke off at the last second. Can't see them. There we go. The Litchfield and the Hovey are almost here. USS Maryland here. These are the ships that are being repaired. Pennsylvania's almost fixed. Look at this fucking bastard. Look at the guns on that. Serious business. Yes, very, very big guns on these ships. They need defending. We've also got a convoy just setting off. It means we need to win. Badly. Where is he? Chandler. Chandler's almost here. Well ahead of everyone else. Get out there ASAP. Now, I don't know whether they hit, but that other I-22 is seriously badly damaged. It's surfaced, in fact. Do we have any Catalinas nearby? No other bombers. I'm not sure what the size of the deck gun is. Let's see. He's going to be in weapon range soon. I'm going to be able to engage him. We're moving at full whack towards him. You? Engage this target. Whatever the damage was, he's been badly hit. We're going to engage him. We've got a 4-inch gun with an 8 nautical mile range. Has the other ship surfaced? Other ship is still subsurface. This guy is pretty much dead in the water, so we can fire what will hopefully be an accurate shot on this guy here. No, he's moving again. This is going to be very interesting. We're going to get into a knife fight with this guy. Destroyers are moving in. So the big gun on the main deck here, that one, that's what we're going to use to engage him. And I say a big gun loosely. Fucking 4-inch deck gun is pretty piddly, but it should be enough to finish off this guy, should we need to. Notice how he's coming straight at us to minimise his profile and to make sure his gun is on target. We'll be in weapon range in the next couple of minutes or so. Very interesting. Very interesting. They're coming for our ass indeed. Task Force 17 is still at harbour. There is a speed up button, yes, but I'm just biding my time.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoying the closing moments of this submarine as the green wall of doom ebbs its way towards him. Again, that's 8 nautical miles there. I wonder if he's got a 4-inch deck gun, or whether it looks about the same size, doesn't it? Maybe even a little bit larger than mine. Not a problem I usually have. Right. Oh, who am I kidding? Let's fucking try and sink this guy with the main deck gun. And probably not depth charges. He probably doesn't have the facilities to dive at the moment. There we go. Almost there. Closing in. The I-18 over there is moving in formation with this I-22. Let's see how it goes. Any second, the penny's going to drop, unless his deck gun is damaged. In which case... Oh no, there we go, he's fired. He's going evasive. Oh. Turn to the target. We're going to micromanage the movement of our ship. We're going to come off this way. There we go, we're trading shots. We've changed course. A close hit. We've got a shot with our rear gun there. We're going to come off this way so that both guns can get to work. he says, as he doesn't turn enough. Come over this way. Get that rear gun going. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, nice shot. Have we got a shot coming in on us? Nothing's hit just yet. Let's turn to engage that I-18. Beautiful shooting there from the Chandler. So we had 1, 2, 3 guns engaging. We had the port midship gun. And then the forward and aft guns as well, both working the target. Beautiful shot. All good. Can you upgrade to the Gloriana class? Eventually, yes. It's unlocked by getting XP. You can see I've got a very small blue bar there. The more XP I get, the more ships I unlock. Going down by the stern. This guy's pointing right at me. The periscope depth. He's going to fire a torpedo at me, but by sailing right at him, you can see here it minimises against the fucking JJ Abrams, but it minimises my silhouette. That there is much harder to hit than that, a full broadside. A torpedo can hit anywhere along there, but a torpedo coming straight at me has to hit me right on the bow. And that's the trick. Torpedo boats are all around this guy. Where's the other ships? I've got other ships in my fleet. The Hovey? I mean, they're close, but they're not close enough. This is why I decided to separate the fleets, was because it gives me more coverage. True, a destroyer like this on its own is quite vulnerable, but against submarines, it's quite powerful. A very simple job, well, not a simple job, but it's very annoying to track down submarines with large fleets of destroyers. It's better to break them off into groups of 2 or 3 and then send them to cover a larger area, and then send the small sectioned fleets or task forces to go and crush contacts as they appear at high speed. Destroyers are very good at rapid response, but they are not good in a gunfight. They do not trade contacts very well. They are very bad at that. As a result, do get their snot kicked in more than once. I'm just going to speed up time just a little bit here. Get ready for torpedo evasion. There we go. Torpedo's been launched. I heard it. Where is it? It's wide. It's very wide. That's very, very far off. Poor calculation from the part of the Japanese captain. He's as good as ours now. We're going to go up to ×2 speed as we're on approach. We're going to go from top to tail here, right over the top of him, and we're going to dump our depth charges right on his head. We've got 15 depth charges in total. Let's see how many we use. Did you know that the U-boat is coming to early access soon? Thank God. Here we go. He's making his drop. Any second. You can hear it. You can hear it humming. It's away. Very big hit. And we've got debris. Wonderful. Doesn't say that we've destroyed the fleet, however. Did it pop up and say that we've destroyed the fleet? Did I just miss that? Or Battle of Salmon says otherwise. Yes, I suppose you're right there. Hello, Omen Delta. It didn't say that we won, did it? It did say. You just missed it. Q blind. Yep, that's the one. Didn't see it. Okay. Let us tap out then. Wonderful. So, what am I thinking? I am thinking stuff. I'm going to hit M. I'm actually just going to have a small break, I think, between now and Divinity. So this was just a very short sort of 1 hour stream, getting back into the thick of things. I'm just going to go away for just a couple of minutes, and then Divinity is going to start very shortly, I think. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So, we do have a fleet that's appeared, I think somewhere up here. Yeah, you see? Told you. two... Oh, shit. 2 light cruisers. Oh, that's just nicht good. That's very bad. 2 light cruisers coming up here for Commander Oski, or whatever it is. Okay, yeah, I'm going to bounce off just for like 20 short minutes, just to, you know, fucking get a drink, have a shower, and so on. And then I'll be back for Divinity Original Sin at 8 o'clock, yes. Quite so. So yeah, thank you very much for dropping in for this short pre-stream segment. And yes, I will catch you in a few minutes. Cool. See you in a bit.